You really think that manhood's being torn down, though?
I think, I think masculinity is like attacked more than anything, probably.
I think it's attacked, but I don't think it's effective. I don't think it's having an effect on whether or not things are still masculine. It's real problematic for two reasons. One, because it's okay to be really feminine. So if it's okay to be really feminine, why is it not okay to be masculine? Like, there's a big difference between being masculine and being rude, being mean, being homophobic, being
But they are
sexist,
lumped together.
But they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
No, they shouldn't. But I'm saying, but they are in that regard.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like being pretty and feminine doesn't mean you're a cunt who's stuck up.
Sure.
Right? Those get lumped together too sometimes too. But that's just dummies. And it's the same dummies that are attacking masculinity for just being masculine. Like, here's one of the this is this crazy fucking phrase that these dummies like to throw around lately. Regressive left people like to throw around this phrase, toxic masculinity. And they're blaming toxic masculinity on this guy shooting up that gay crowd in Orlando. This was this article, and they were using the term toxic masculinity. First of all, that's not real. There's no amount of being masculine makes you toxic.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's not. If you're a shitty, nasty person, it has nothing to do with masculinity. If you're an evil person, obviously it happens that mass shooters are almost exclusively men.
Yeah.
But that's not toxic masculinity. That's a fucking psychopath. That's what that is. It has nothing to do with masculine or feminine. It's not gender determined.
No, that guy was already chemically off, and then he was like a repressed homosexual by all accounts.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't. Yeah, that's nothing to do with masculinity.
So was the guy they caught in L.A. apparently. The guy they caught in L.A. who had
on his way to the
explosives. An arsenal in his car. They caught him on his way to the gay pride parade. Apparently, he is allegedly bisexual as well. I think there's crazy fucks out there in this world. And to start breaking it down by gender or masculinity or femininity, it smacks to me of like some sort of ulterior motive. And I always feel like the ulterior motive, when you see these guys who are writing these articles, they're weak people. They're not like powerful forces of genetics. They're weak people. And I think a lot of times weak people, they want in some way or another to even the playing field. And one way to do that is by pulling down examples of masculinity that they can't possibly approach.
Well, there's a type of guy exactly who like stands behind feminist issues like really like
vehemently.
Like bitching at some guy.
Exactly. Know? It's called virtue signaling.
If someone gets that mad if you like write a joke or something even that you say where you include the word like, oh, these dingy broads over here, and they go, broads, really? Broads? You're like, oh, dude, like, come on.
Fuck off. Yeah, just get out of here. I know what you're doing. The virtue signaling phrase that Michael Shermer uses is a great one. He's got this interesting point of view on it. It's like what they're doing is they're just trying to let everybody know that they're more ethical than you. They're more moral than you. They're a better person than you.
Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, exactly. It turns it on like they're just looking for, even if they probably don't even know whether or not it makes sense. They just know that it's an effective stance to take to look like a super progressive person. So you just go after it. You go after the hardest levels of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that these days that are doing that. It's because of social media. It's given morons an opportunity to blurt out and to get reactions from their blurt outs, even if they haven't really thought them through. And they're almost always exclusively insulting and mean and nasty. So these people that are trying to like proclaim their virtue, they can't even like argue a point while being just a decent human being. You can't even like say what you feel about something without being some sort of an insulting, like nasty condescending, defining. They'll like define you. Like, Big J, you're a sexist piece of shit. Like, Big J.
No, but it's the same thing where it's like, clap for like when handicapped people walk by. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same like you're supposed to feel a certain way about something and it's always attacked. Like whatever it is. That's what you're saying, right? Is like, am I getting that wrong?
No, I mean, I think we're both too high for this conversation. But no, I'm saying just there's some sort of like dishonest communication that's happening with some of this. I think a lot of the outrage is not real. I think what a lot of it is, they're acting outraged because they know they can.
Of course. Well, it's the point to make.
Yeah, it's not balanced. And it's also, what I'm saying is it's really shitty and insulting. Like when you could have a point of view on something and they'll be really shitty and insulting about you and your point of view. Like an intelligent, rational person that's examining the thoughts and words of someone that they're not involved in a conversation with.
Yeah, and they come to you and say, like, only a racist would say something like that.
Exactly. They define you in some sort of a weird way if you have a point of view that they feel like they can attack.
I used to talk about that when I'd say if you say a bad neighborhood, like even black people know you're talking about a black neighborhood.
Yeah.
People, that's a racist thing to say. It's like, ask black people if that's a racist thing. It's like, it's just kind of a thing. But I've never been called racist or misogynist ever by well, misogynist I've been called by a woman before, but I've never been called racist by anyone of color of any sort.
Well, congratulations on that as well. So you got 4 fuck yous. You're not a racist. That's beautiful.
No, but I'm saying I've had people get really upset with like racist jokes or anything they've deemed racist.
Right.
It's always like a white It's like the same white dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a woman with like a guy behind them going like, yeah, Kurt Metzger gets into those things all the time.
Of course.
With shit like that.
Well,
There's a guy behind him that's like backing up some stupid point.